Hey guys, this is Brody with AR Cards. Me and my buddy, Your Mom's a PSA 10 is his Instagram username. We're about to have a big PSA send-off here soon, and we are going to go through the cards and kind of come up with our predictions for what they are going to grade. So you guys can hop along with us. So first up, we have a Bobby Witt Jr. rookie debut, numbered out of 499.
And we predicted that at a 9.
It's not too bad. I think there's a little corner ding on it, but hopefully it can come out to a 9 or so. All right, next up we have a pretty sweet card. We have a Shohei Ohtani and Mike Trout MVP caliber gold. It is numbered out of 2022. For this, we're hoping for a 10 on this one. I mean, it looks pretty sharp, don't you think, Jake?
Oh, yeah. It's a pretty sharp-looking card. Yeah, and then whenever we glassed it, we didn't see nothing. So, yeah, I think a 10 is a pretty good grade on it.
All right, so we'll go up next. Up next, we have a Chris Bryant autograph out of Topps Gallery.
And I believe that one's numbered to 5.
That was number to 5.
Yep, numbered to 5 right there
Yep,
on the back.
1 out of 5. So that's a pretty sweet little card.
And we're thinking a PSA 9 on this one. It did have a little ding on it, but I don't think it's going to be enough to drop it below a 9. It's a pretty sharp card overall.
Yep, pretty nice. All right, so next up we have an Eric Hosmer autograph, also out of Topps Gallery. Is that one numbered?
I think it's a 50.
So that is 7 out of 50. So it's a nice looking little autograph. What do we think that one's going to score? I'd say a 9 or a 10 maybe.
Yeah, I would say, yeah, we had a 9 or 10 on it.
It's not too bad looking. So next up we have I think these are called stained glass, Shohei Ohtani.
We had a PSA 10 on this one.
Yeah, it looks pretty
This
sharp.
one's really, really, really sharp. So if it gets anything below a 10, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it looks pretty good overall to me too. So we're hoping for a 10 on that one. And next up, same thing. We have another stained glass Juan Soto.
We had a PSA 9 on this one. But I wouldn't be surprised if this one got a 10 either. I mean, it's a pretty sharp card overall, but
Yeah, it looks pretty decent. So hoping for at least a 9 on it.
get into some vintage now.
Yeah, got a pretty good little haul of vintage here. First up, we have this Curt Flood rookie card. If you guys can kind of see kind of closely, the edges are pretty rough on this one, but this one's personally, it's mine. I just want to see it in a slab. I think it's a cool looking card, but it's not going to be the greatest grade. What do we think it's going to be?
I think we had it at a 2.
Yeah, probably around a 2 or 3 maybe. I'm going to be optimistic and hope for a 3, but we'll see. So next up, we have this Pride of NL, Willie Mays and Stan Musial. I love this card. It's a little bit faded. I think the bottom's supposed to be yellow, isn't it, Jake?
Yeah.
It's pretty faded.
Yeah, it's faded off pretty well, but I mean the corners on it are, they're pretty good, and then overall there's nothing real big on the surface other than just the fading on the front.
Yeah. So what are we hoping for it?
We're at a 2 on it.
Yeah, if it can be a 2.
Because of the fading,
Yeah.
but I definitely think I had a shot at a 3 just because of how nice the surface is other than the fading.
Yeah, so hopefully for a 2 or 3 probably on that. Next up, this guy is from around where we are. This is a Preacher O, a 52 Preacher O card. It's really not bad. It's centered fairly well.
And then to get any sort of 52 tops of, a player like that,
Yeah.
I don't think you can go wrong getting it in a slab.
It's just an iconic kind of series right there. So it's really not too bad. What do we think that one's going to be?
We had a 2 to a 3 on it.
Yeah. I'm always going to try to be optimistic and hope for the higher end. So hopefully we can pull out a 3 out of that. Next up, we have a 58 All-Stars Stan Musial. If you can see closely, it does have, if I can get the glare off, there's a kind of a wrinkle right there, which that'll obviously deduct some points from it. But what do we think that's going to be? Probably
we had a 1.5 to a 2 on it because of the wrinkle.
Yeah, centering's off a little bit, obviously too, but just a cool card. I think I'm a big Cardinals fan, so hopefully he can pull out a 2, but probably a 1.5 or so. Next up, we have an Ozzie Smith rookie card. This one's honestly not horrible, I don't think.
No, it's just, it is hard to find this card centered. Just any of these cards,
Yeah.
they're just all really bad off center.
Yeah.
So I think we had a 5 on it. I think we're being pretty tough on it because of the centering, how hard they're going to hit it. I mean, I graded one probably a year ago, and it had about the same centering, and it come back in a 7. So, but we're going to say that a 5 on it.
Yeah. And I'll be optimistic again. I'm going to hope for a 6. What year is this?
83.
Oh, yeah, so
Topps.
83. So next up, we have an 83 Topps Willie McGee.
This is his
Another
rookie.
Cardinal. I mean, it's pretty solid looking, really. I mean, just eye appeal. It looks pretty good. What do we think that was going to be?
I think we had a 7-8 on it, but I wouldn't be surprised if it got an 8. I mean, it's a pretty sharp card. Nothing wrong with the surface.
There's no wrinkles or anything on it, so I'm going to hope for an 8. I think that's fairly realistic. It might be a little bit lower. I don't know, but it looks pretty good to me, so I'm going to hope for an 8 on that one. This is also
83.
okay, yeah. So next up, we have another Willie McGee, an 83 Fleer. I mean, once again, it's pretty solid condition, I think.
It's just got some centering.
Yeah.
It's just, but again, I think we're 7-8 on it. So
yeah, I would guess probably a 7 on it, but really not too bad. It's pretty sweet little card.
we got the 2. Wait, no,
Yeah. Next up, we have a couple of they're the same thing. Do we give each of them the same grade? I think we did pretty much.
I'd say like a 9-10.
Yeah, I mean, I think 9, hopefully. I mean, if we can pull out a 10 out of one of these, that would be pretty sweet, but realistically, I mean, probably a 9, so hopefully we can maybe get a 10 out of one of them, but we will see. But they both look, I think, compare pretty well to each other. They're pretty similar, I think. And then next up, we have another Adam Wainwright. This is the Topps. Yeah, this is another Topps Wainwright with who's the other guy on there with him?
I haven't ever heard
Yeah,
of him.
I really don't know either, but this one looks pretty good though. I think.
Oh yeah, it's a really good looking card. I think we had a 9-10 on it
Yeah,
as well.
I'm just gonna be optimistic again. I'm gonna hope for a 10, but that might be a little bit too optimistic, maybe. Did we think those little? I don't know if you guys can see them on the camera. Those little white stripes. I think those are on the card. Just like
Oh yeah,
all of them. Yeah.
I'll say these right here are part of the design.
Yeah.
Whenever I was looking at them, I've never seen the design
Yeah, I've never
do
noticed that either, but
when I looked at some on eBay and stuff that were already graded, they all had the same design. So
yeah. So hoping for a 10 on that one, hopefully. Next up, this one is also my card. We got a Patrick Mahomes Prestige Rookie card. I mean, I think we found a little ding on one of the corners, possibly. I don't remember
I think
exactly
it's
what
on the
it
back,
was.
right there on the lower left.
Yeah, so I mean, corners are a little bit soft, maybe one or two of them, but I'm still hoping for a 9. I'm thinking an 8 or 9, but hopefully we can pull out a 9 on that one. Next up, we have a Bowman Shohei Ohtani rookie card. I don't know about you, Jake, but I think this one looks pretty good.
Oh yeah, whenever I check that one out, I don't see anything other than a 10 on that. I mean, it's dead centered.
Yeah.
I mean, everything's perfect on that card.
You guys ignore that little price tag, but I think this one could 10, so hopefully that we can 10 on that one.
Oh, this right here's a pretty solid card right
Yeah,
here.
I love this card too. So we have what year was this? A 2020 Bowman's Best Juan Soto autograph, numbered out of 99. I mean, I obviously hope it can 10, but probably, do you think like a 9 or so?
Yeah, I'm thinking that it's going to get a 9, but it definitely has a shot at a 10.
Yeah, so we will see on it. It's a pretty sweet card, so we will see.
And then here comes the guy everyone's raving
Yeah.
about at the moment.
Yeah, Julio Rodriguez is a hot one in the hobby right now. So we got his first paper Bowman. I mean, I think it's not bad. What do we say for
We had a
it?
9-10 on it, so
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Hopefully a 10, but we will see on that one.
there's another local card shop pickup.
Yeah, we got this one from our local card shop also. This is a 1962 American League batting leaders. I mean, any card with Mickey Mantle on, I think, is going to have a little bit of value,
Oh,
don't you,
yeah.
Jake? So, and this one's in pretty good shape. I think the centering looks a little off. Got a little white spot there, but
I think we said a 5, and then we're hoping for a 6 on it. So
yeah, I mean, I hope I can get a 6, but we will see. Hopefully, we get a The happy PSA grader that day. And this is a 60, isn't it? Yeah, 1960, Roberto Clemente. I mean, it's a little bit beat up, guys. It has some character, but it's just a cool card, I think. I mean, can't go wrong with Roberto Clemente if you're a baseball fan.
I say, yeah, you can't go wrong with Clemente, Aaron, Mays, or Mantle. Those are the 4 guys that you got to get in the 50s and 60s.
There's some marks on the back, and it's pretty soft all the way around. So, I mean, I'm thinking probably a 1.5 or hopefully a 2, but... Is that about what you were thinking, Jake?
Yep, I had it a 1.52 as well.
Yeah, so we'll see. So next up, we have I think this is a 61. I don't know if it says it on the back. I'm pretty sure it's a 71, sorry. I think it's is that right? A 71?
Yeah,
I think it's a 71, Ernie Davis. It's has the black border, so there's some white showing, and the corners are a little bit soft. I mean, it's a pretty sweet card. I could be wrong, but I really think this is the only card that they actually have of his. It's kind of a tragic story with him. If you guys don't know him, he passed away of leukemia after his rookie season, I think. But it's a pretty cool card. So I'm hoping for a 2 maybe.
Yeah, I think we had a 2 on it. That's what we were thinking.
Yeah, so that's an Ernie Davis rookie card. Next up, another really cool looking card. This is a 52 Duke Snider. And the centering looks amazing on this, but I mean, there's obviously, I don't know if you guys can see through this video, but there are some surface issues. There's some little kind of divots in it and whatnot, but what do we think on that one, Jake?
We had a 1.5 on it.
Yeah, so probably a 1.5, hopefully a 2 maybe, but still a pretty sweet card, regardless of what that grade comes out to be. Next up, what was this? A 64 Mantle. I mean, this is obviously a pretty big card if it grades well. Really, regardless of the grade, it's going to be a pretty sweet card to have. There's a couple little surface issues, some spotting on it. But, I mean, it looks pretty good to you, doesn't it, Jake?
I think we had a 4 on it, and I think it has a shot at a 5. I mean, it's a really sharp card overall. It just has some centering issues top bottom, but
yeah.
I mean, other than that, I mean, it's a really sharp card.
So hopefully a 5, but we'll see. And what was this one, Jake? Was this
this is a 53 Bowman color, Berra, Bauer, and Mantle.
Yeah, that's just an awesome card, especially just with eye appeal with the centering of it. Obviously, you guys can see that huge crease and those wrinkles through it, but I mean, regardless, it's a beautiful card, I think.
Oh yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with a early 50s Mantle. I think we had this at a 1 to a 1.5.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to grade well, but it's just a great card to have. I mean, it's awesome.
I say we grade all of these cards for our personal collection. We don't try to flip any of them, so we just try to collect just eye appeal, and that's a really good. I mean, it's just a really good looking card.
I think it looks awesome. Excuse me. All right, next up, I think this is kind of the start of your collection, isn't it, Jake?
Yeah, I'm putting together the 48 Bowman set. I've got most of the main rookies, and this right here is a short print in the set. Pete Reeser. He was supposed to be actually a really good player, but he just couldn't stay healthy throughout the 40s and into the 50s. So if you haven't ever heard his story, you need to look him up. But
it's a pretty good looking card.
I say I had this at a 2. I had it at a 2. It has a little wrinkle on the back of the card. It's really hard to see. You're going to have to get it just right. But I think PSA is going to hit me pretty hard for that.
Hopefully we can get a 2 out of it, though. Next up, we have a Hal Newhouser. This is another pretty sweet-looking card, I think.
Yeah, this is the 53 Topps Newhouser. I think we had I was at a 1.5 on it. It's off-center and it's got some wrinkling in it, so.
You might be able to pull a 2, hopefully, but yeah, 1.5 is probably pretty realistic for it, but we'll see. It's a pretty sweet card, though.
And then this next card I've had for probably 5 to 8 years now, and I just want to get it in a slab. I mean, I think we got a 1 on it, but yeah. I just want to get a Killebrew rookie in a slab.
Has those creases, but still a really cool card. Next up, we have a Robin Roberts. This one's yours too, isn't it, Jake?
Yep, it's a 56 Topps gray back. I really love the 56 Topps set. That's my favorite set. So anytime I can get a Hall of Famer out of that, I'm real happy about it. I've got this one at a 2 to 3. It's got on the bottom right corner, when you guys are looking, it's got a little wrinkle in it, a little crease.
Barely.
So I think they're going to get me pretty good for that, but I'm at a 2 to 3 on it.
Yeah, hopefully that thing can 3 because that's pretty solid centering. It looks pretty good to me, but we'll see what it comes up to. Next up, we have Jim Bunning.
This 57 tops. Great centering on it. It's just got soft corners and other than that, I don't think there was any wrinkles on it when I was looking at it. So I had it at a 2 though because of the corners. I think it can get a 3, but I think 2's fair grade on it.
Yeah, hopefully a 3 because that does look really good. But like you said, the soft corners might get it a little bit, but hopefully it can get a 3 out of there. Next up, we have a Roger Maris, and this is I really like this card personally. I mean, it's obviously has a little bit of wear to it, but still a really cool card.
I think we were at a 1.5 on it because of just the snow on his face. It's impossible to find that card without the snow.
Yeah, but still, with that centering, it's just a pretty card, I think. Next up, we have Orlando Cepeda. So this is another pretty cool card.
Yeah, this is 58 tops. This is rookie. We got into the 2 because of the centering. I'm hoping they don't give me a miscut. It's got enough of the border on the front, and I don't see another card coming on it. So I mean, I don't think it should get a miscut, but I got such a good deal on this raw, I couldn't really pass it up. So I got a 2 on it.
Yeah, it's still a really cool card, just regardless. Next up, we have another 58 All-Star of Willie Mays.
And we were at a 3 to 4 on this one. It's got a little problem right here on it, but other than that, I mean, it's a pretty sharp-looking card.
Yeah, it's a really cool set to get. A fairly affordable set. I mean, I think if you want to put it together, that 58 All-Star set, but this is a really cool card, though. I do like it. What do we think it's going to get, Jake?
3 to 4.
Yeah, I think that's pretty fair. I mean, a 3 or 4, that'd be a pretty solid grade for it. Next up, we have the 61 rookie Billy Williams card. It's another pretty good-looking vintage card out of Jake's collection here.
I had this one at a 5. It's got a little tilt to it, so I'm hoping they don't hit me too hard on it. But I think a 5 is a pretty fair grade with the. I mean, it's got a great surface and it's got really sharp corners, so hopefully I can get a 5 out of it.
Yeah, I think that'd be a pretty good grade for it, really. It's a pretty cool card. Next up, we have a Ron Santo.
This is 61 rookie. We were at a 2 to 3 on it. I mean, obviously it's off-centered. It's got some soft corners, but surface didn't have any problems and it was really clean, so I think 2 to 3 would be a fair grade on it.
I think that could pull a 3 out. I think it's good enough. Really not too bad. I really like this card of yours, Jake. It's pretty sweet. Now, you said it's supposed to have...
it's supposed to have some... whenever they cut it out of a box, I'm forgetting the word, I'm blanking, but it's supposed to have things around
like
the edge.
those little ruffles around the edge, kind of.
But I see some that they grade, and it's just like that, and they'll come back in a 4, and I see others that are just authentic. So I'm just hoping that they put it in a slab. That's the only thing I'm really hoping.
So hoping for a 1, maybe. I mean,
I mean, even if it's an authentic, I'm happy with it. I got a good deal on it, so it's not. And I just want it for my personal collection.
Yeah,
so
that's a pretty cool one to have. Can't go wrong with Mantle. Next up, I really like this card too. A Joe Morgan rookie. It's a pretty good looking card, I think.
I think I was at a PSA 3 on this. I mean, it's the centering's not horrible. It's got some corner wear, and surface didn't have any wrinkles or creases, so I think a 3 is a pretty fair grade, but I could see it getting a 2 also. So honestly, 2 to 3 is pretty good.
That would be a pretty solid grade, I think, for it. All right, next up we have a Fergie Jenkins rookie card.
This one's really sharp.
Yeah, it does look really good.
But I think centering is going to be too far off, and it's got some wear on the back a little bit, but it doesn't have any creases or wrinkles, so I'm saying a 5 on it. So
I'm going to be optimistic for you, Jake. I'm going to say a 6 on this one.
Okay.
I really like that centering. I mean, I think it looks pretty solid, but...
Well, you're not really sure what PSA is going to do on any given day.
You really don't. All right, next up we have Jim Palmer. Another good-looking card.
I think we were at a 3 on this one. Obviously the centering's off, but again, really great surface. The corners aren't terrible. It's got some soft corners, but I've definitely seen worse. So I think a PSA 3 is a fair grade on it.
Yeah, I like that. Next up, back to somewhat modern, we have a Miggy. Is this a Future Stars card? I'm not even sure what this is.
This is the Royal Rookies.
Royal Rookie. Okay, yeah.
And I'm hoping for a 9, but I think it's going to get an 8. But I'm hoping for a 9.
Yeah, I mean he's got to be a surefire future Hall of Famer. I would say.
He's
so, I mean,
3,000 hits, one of the best hitters, and then he's retiring next season. So I want to get that in a slab.
Pretty sweet card though, really. I think everybody's gonna like this card pretty well. Next up, we have this. What year is this?
This is the 2012 Bowman Platinum. So this is his second year auto patch. I'm not sure what they're going to do with this one. It's got a little spot on the sticker. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, if you guys can see it. It's right under that A in autograph, I think, if you can see it with the light on it right there.
And then it's already hard enough to grade thicker cards, so I'm hoping for an 8, but honestly, as long as I get a Trout auto in a slab, I'm going to be fine with it.
I think you can get an 8 out of that. I mean, I think it's a pretty sweet card, but hoping for an 8, I guess.
Yeah, we're hoping for an 8.
Next up, this is a pretty sweet card too, really. Numbered out of 50. We got a Ronald Acuna Jr. Triple Threads autograph patch. And this one isn't yours. Is this our other buddies? I think.
Yeah. This is our buddies. He pulled this straight out of a box and then one touched it. So we're thinking for a 9 just because of the thickness of the card. It's hard to get them graded, so we're banking on a 9. But
yeah, that'd be nice if we could get a 10 out of it.
And then now there's on the
it's on the case.
That's on the card. But yeah, it's a really nice card.
Yeah. So
our last one.
The last card of the submission is a Bowman Sterling Adam Wainwright patch auto. I know we saw that little white spot. We're not really sure what it is on the patch. I don't know if we can clean that off or not, but what do we think that one's going to get? Probably an 8,
yeah,
hopefully.
I think we're saying an 8 on it, but I mean, still.
Yeah.
I think that's another guy that's going to be a Hall of Famer, so it's great to get that.
I really hope so, yeah. I'm a big Cardinals fan, so I obviously love Adam Wainwright. So, hoping for an 8 on that one. And, guys, that is all that we have here from AR Cards.
Go ahead and like and subscribe, and we'll have plenty more videos to come in the future, and we'll talk to you later.
Yep. See you guys.